today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. Wentz and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Jeff Driscoll and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, the streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former number 2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. Leading them out, their quarterback in his 5th season now at 6'4", it's Jeff Driscoll.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Driscoll. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And This is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. Still leaves them with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head and making a decision, and you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 20 carries, a touchdown to go along with 124 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the run, this is Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. 2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Bounds at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
from the gun, it's a give to Peterson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Complete, he finds Bray. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Youngway Koo on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead.
Browns 3, Jaguars 0.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all them calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it goes a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They start the drive with Peterson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Peterson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz, that's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he's upended after a gain of 4, up to the 25-yard line.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Brown.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Man, why are we doing this?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. 3rd down. And out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Julio. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. With it is Brown. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers would tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point.
A gain of 5 brings up second down.
Throwing again on second down. Driscoll. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's third down and 5 yards.
Out of the gun now on third down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23.
First down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Taken in at the 3. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Giants who are out in front. Hollywood Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Next, we head off to check out another game. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Daniel Jones throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. 30-27 was the final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Driscoll and Brate, the tight end's got it.
Driscoll's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
It's time for our players spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down. It's where is it happening? Where are the breakdowns up front? He'll never say it publicly because good leaders don't do that. But they've got to figure out what's happening in the offensive line to keep people away from him so he actually has a chance to throw the football, because so far that has not been the case.
5 full sacks against him. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Being chased out left. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Made by Kareem Jackson. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. The open man here, Renfro. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now it's Hunt, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Wentz going to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
For another Jaguars. First and 10 at the 49.
They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He's across.
Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
from just shy of midfield. Wentz. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Jaguars. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He'll drop this down to Peterson, and he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes it to Julio Jones.
Driscoll's pass.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Hunter on the stop. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Peterson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They try again with Peterson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Cameron Brate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. you better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland.
Nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And his throw is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Intended for Hunter Henry. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. On 2nd down now, it's Peterson. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Daniil Hunter on the stop. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Browns, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.